Everybody, before we get into this early afternoon update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what's going on. Basically, the story is XRP's fallen below 38 cents, and as we talked about earlier, if XRP had higher ambitions of a pump, and if it was actually going to develop, we needed to hold 38 cents, or at least stay over the 377 support, because we need to stay over that falling channel resistance. Right now, we've fallen about 3.3% on the day, and we're sitting at about the 0.3752 level. That doesn't mean that this pump is not going to happen, or the pump that a lot of people are talking about. But I will show you what needs to happen if you want that to happen. Why we can't just say, oh, we're going to pump up to infinity, because we have to hold certain levels. If we don't hold these levels, we're going to end up pushing even farther down in the channel. Now, am I convinced this pattern has failed? I am not yet. The reason for that is the falling channel resistance is sitting at 0.376 approximately. You can say 0.3759 if you want to fine-tune it. So we're just below it at 0.3752. Yes, we had a wick down to 0.373 in smaller time frames, but it is pulling up slowly but surely. And as long as we stay above that, just remember, we've had a golden cross in the 4-hour time frame. So these short-term liquidity pulls are going to happen. And just because that happens doesn't mean the pump can't happen. Now, some people are probably like, well, you're just bearish, and that's just the way it always is. And I'm not bearish. I'm just realistic to the pattern. So right now, I'm telling you, we need to be on alert because a pump can happen, but we must meet these factors before it can. So pay attention to the update, and after I play the intro, we'll get into exactly what we need to do to hold, and I'll show you the pattern formation as I have it drawn out. And I've been showing for several months that if we can break this level, this is how we can push up to the 432 and maybe a little bit higher even, up to that 49 level, and then you see what happens if you can get on top of those levels. So make sure to hit that like button as I'm going to play the intros. That would greatly push me through the analytics, and then we'll get into the XRP chart as this is what this update is about. Good early afternoon, 2:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, March 20th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So if you want to take a moment, make sure to hit that like button. But if you want to look at my previous videos, I did a silver stacking episode number 8. It's got about 200 views, almost 200 views so far. I put it out a couple hours ago. So if you're a fan of precious metals, or if you're looking at how to start stacking silver, or maybe what gold and silver is using for industry, take a look at that video. What we need to look at here is XRP's down 2.92% at current moment. It's at 0.3758. That's actually at a very important level, because about that level is the falling channel resistance that is trying to turn to support. So we knew we had to come down here to at least retest it. And that's why 38 cents would have been a nice level that we judged, because that's about the 200-day. A little bit higher than that is up here. So we're talking about, let me look at the other chart real quick, just so I can show you everything before I start pushing on. Where the X marks the spot here was right around 38 cents. That's the importance of this. And this is the all-time chart. And this, we really want to stay on top of this downtrending resistance, and then it can help push it up. You got the short-term uptrend that actually met here right around the 381 level. But this is at firmly right around the 38 cents. So that's why we talk about that. But more importantly, in the short term, I'm more interested in the immediate time with the 375, and it's up to interpretation. We'll just say the 376. So stay at the 376, and then if you hold that, then you can start breaking out the upper levels. Now, obviously, we've looked at just above here at 38 cents. That's why I showed you the other chart. And we've got the uptrend to deal with. So we've got right around here, 38, 38.2 roughly. But once you clear this area, then you're talking about the 392, the 412, and then the 392, 40 cents, 412, 432. So there's a lot. But if you just clear it up and you're just looking at it for the pattern formations, all of a sudden you start to break up. And then if you get out, now all of a sudden you're like, oh, we got 43 cents on the horizon. Then it's like, well, if we break 43 cents, we've already got it on the chart. What we're going to do next, it's right at the 432. But then you've got in the immediate areas that 449. You break 449, then we go back to the all-time chart because they work together. Then you can start coming up to higher ambitions, up to that 498 level. But it's all a step-by-step process. Now, conversely, if we were to break down and lose this, what I call the falling channel resistance, and a lot of people disagreed with my pattern, but I'd say it's working dead on that this would be what the pattern is. As we formed, this is like the 8th time we've come up to the falling channel resistance. You need 3 times on resistance, 3 times on support to confirm a pattern. But this time looks like it could be something different, and it might be able to hold this. Now, if it does, that's how we come up to the 432 level approximately and start pushing up possibly to higher ambitions. If we break that level, then we talked about the 49 cents, but then you got the 5248 and so on. But we have to hold the falling channel, and I think this is an appropriate pattern that we diagnosed way back here. And we said this is what's potentially and most likely the scenario here. So now if we hold the falling channel resistance, now all of a sudden we can push way up and out of here. This is how we get into higher ambitions. This is how we push into higher levels of price action here. And I think it's going to be ultimately one big bull trap. Now you start coming up here enough, and then you start breaking out of these levels. That's when you can start pushing up and out of here. So we need to pay attention because the market manipulation is strong, but there are moments in time where you're going to have the bear market rally. And we have not had an appropriate bear market rally for XRP. We just haven't. If we want to have an appropriate bear market rally for XRP and then a dump, I'd say the 60 to 70 cent level would be on the table. That's what we'd be looking for. But again, this could go horribly to the south side very quickly, and we might never hit those top sides. But just the broader market, with the Fed printing $2 trillion, with inflation going as rapidly as it is, this would be the perfect time to inject some liquidity, make a little bit of a move with XRP or with crypto, and then dump the whole thing. But it doesn't have to happen. That liquidity pump of $2 trillion, it's broadly for a big bank bailout, but it would be mighty impressive if they didn't go into risk assets to try to make a little bit of money on these fake pumps, because they're inducing it, so it's an easy way to make some liquidity for them. But in the broader scope here, XRP sub 40 cents, what's going on with the banking systems and what's going on in the broader markets should just be even more of a reason for you to buy XRP. Today, a lot of people are giving their hopes up because the ISO supposedly went live, which I beg to differ, because I've seen a lot of things that suggest that it will fully go live in 2024, not 2023, and I've talked about it for a long time, and possibly 2025. So a lot of these hack social media influencers are just that. They just try to get a ruse out of people. But the truth is just because the ISO goes live, that doesn't mean that XRP is going to go to a gazillion. The only way XRP can make those extraordinary gains with the amount of coins it has is we need most of these tokens to be wiped out. That's what needs to happen, and that's not going to happen until the big event. And everybody keeps talking about the ISO going live as the big day. No, it's not. Not until it fully goes live. And just on a single day, that's not going to make the price go to gazillion. We have processes. We have steps. And everybody, now you start to see everybody, I'm selling this shit XRP. It's over. I'm not holding this pile of horse shit. The ISO goes live. It goes from 39 to 37. This is bullshit. I bet on the ISO. All my stuff is in the ISO and it's all going to zero. That's what they want. That's what they want you to think. This is the time. Remember, only a few of us are going to make it through here. And the ones who started buying at $1.66 are not going to be the ones to make it. The ones who started to buy at $1 because of these influencers, they all got rich off of you. They don't give a fuck. I didn't take a dime from anything because I wanted to stay legitimate, because I believe in the end, what I'm doing, putting this out for free every single day, not taking any of the back end kicks, because they're all there. Trust me, a lot of money. I can make a lot of money. With the size of my audience and the dedication of my audience, I can make a lot of money off of this. But I don't want to. We need to build this. So pay attention. If we can hold this area at 376, this is going to allow us to bounce higher up. Now, if we fall back through, if we lose this uptrend at 352, that's basically, if we lose that, it's over. Then we're coming back down to the bottom of the channel, which is around about the 32, about 32 cents right now. That's how low it would be. So we need to try to hold this and push out. So remember, I'm going to release this, but the 376 we need to hold to try to push up higher. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update, make sure to hit the like button and share this. If you share this, more people will come in here. And if you want to trade XRP in the USA, no spot fees on the buy and sell. I have BITGET and MEXC in the video description and the pinned comments below. Also, UPHOLD's there as well. And if you want to just join Tom's Army and or send XRP to show support for what I do, that's in the video description and or the pinned messages below. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag fight assassins. Remember, Help one person each and every day, because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point on this journey to the top? You don't want to do it alone. But if we look at the 30-minute, you can see we've had a bearish cross in the 30-minute real quick, or a death cross that some people say 20 cross in the 200. But if we go to the 4-hour, we've had a golden cross of the 20 cross in the 200. So what's going to win out? The 4-hour time frame or the 30-minute time frame? Typically, the 30-minute time frame is not going to win out unless we get a volume spike to the downside. But you can see the volume's decreasing on this sell-off. So we'll see. My inclination says if we hold this the 376, we're likely going to pump here and not dump. But if we fall down below this and we get a rejection at 376, obviously that will change my interpretation.